Don't use this many washers when you're doing your PIV test. Today we're going to show you why. Today we're going to show you why we don't want to use a stack of washers when you're doing your PIV test. If we take a look at these washers, they're always imperfect. There's not one washer that's exactly the same. We have a little bit of concave going on this one. We have a lot of imperfections, and they're also very soft metal. When we stack them on top of each other and we go ahead and we tighten it up against the nut, what happens at that point is that these will give you an inconsistent number when you're squashing these washers together. Instead, what you want to use is a spacer kit, which you can purchase as an additional accessory with your bolt tension measuring device. They come in many different sizes. We have 3 big ones here, and then we also have 3 small ones. This will allow you to get your nut flush with the bolt or no more than 3 threads showing. Now I'm going to demonstrate why we don't use multiple washers. I'm going to go ahead and put the bolt in. And now I'm going to put about 5 or 6 washers here onto the bolt, and then I'm going to put the nut on. The goal here is to make it flush or no more than 3 threads showing. And here we have about 1 thread showing, so that's good enough for now. So now we're going to move forward with the PIV using the turn of nut method. The next step is to snug tight, and the definition of snug tight is tight iron and or full effort of an iron worker or a few impacts of an impact wrench. Next, we have to determine what angle we need to turn the nut at. It's a 7/8 bolt, A325, and it is 2.5 inches long. So we need to do 120 degrees, or 1/3 of the turn. And to do that, we have an angle setting dial right here. So the hundreds needs to be a 1, the 10 needs to be a 2, and the 1 needs to be a 0. This is a bar socket. You can interchange it with the bolt diameters that you have. This one's a 1 7/16 because we're doing a 7/8 bolt. This is a safety feature here, so let's keep our fingers away from this. It's painted red just to warn you not to touch it at all when the tool is running. The only other thing that we want to mention with this tool is that when you press this trigger, you want to make sure you let it stop on its own. There's an internal counting inside, and when you press that trigger and you let it go, that counting starts all over again. Now we're going to match mark. We're going to do half the bolt onto the nut, then onto the steel. We have to do 120, here's 60, 60. So this mark does not need to be there, but we're doing it as a show-off mark, and we're looking to see if it's going to do the full rotation. We have our tool set at 120. We're ready to tighten. We see that it did make the full rotation, and it did go above what the RCSC recommends for the minimum bolt tension, which is 41 kips. So this would pass. Here goes the second bolt. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Going to grab our stack of washers and our nut. Next step is to snug. So next step is match marking. And 120. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tighten the bolt. You can see that we got at the RCSC minimum tension at 41 kips. We're above that. But the one thing we didn't pass on was the angle. So it didn't get the full rotation of the 120 degrees. So now I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like when you use a spacer kit with your PIV testing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install the bolt. Then I'm going to use the spacer kit. Then I'm going to add the washer and then the nut riding out. And as you can see, it's flush. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to snug this. Now match mark. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tension the bolt. You can see that we have gotten more than minimum tension, which the RCSC says that we need to get 41 kips. We're well above that, so that would pass there. And if we take a look down here for the full rotation of the 120 degrees, we have reached the full rotation. So this would be a pass. As you can see from our demonstration today, multiple washers will not get you consistent, accurate numbers. So contact us today so we can help you get your spacer kit so your PIVs can be more accurate.